Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sick, and God bless and praise the Lord if you're able to watch these videos today. And I am back with another Bleach Rebirth video for you today, and this is going to be the misconceptions about sidesteps in this game, right? So, I know a lot of people are coming from a arena fighting game background when it comes to Bleach, because a lot of anime games, when they get turned into a fighting game, they normally get turned into arena fighters, right? And normally in arena fighters, let's just say Sparking Zero or Naruto Storm, the sidesteps works completely different. A lot of times the sidesteps just have invincibility, even in Jump Force. Demon Slayer, I can't remember if Demon Slayer had that sidesteps. And even My Hero One Justice, right? The sidesteps was able to avoid a lot of attacks because it had defensibility and stuff like that, right? But the problem is that this game is not an arena fighter. This game is legit a 3D traditional fighting game. Legit. It's not an arena fighter at all. So I need y'all to get that out your heads, that this game is an arena fighter, because it wasn't promoted as an arena fighter. Even when it comes to the game mechanics and combats, none of it is arena fighter like. And you cannot expect the sidesteps in this game to be like Sparking Zero sidesteps, because Sparking Zero sidesteps was OP. This game takes a more traditional fighting game approach when it comes to sidestep, when it has a use and a purpose. It's not something you could just throw out all the time and not expect to not get hit. It's not like that in this game, right? So it's not y'all fault that y'all think this way. I feel like it's the game fault for not explaining properly when to use a sidestep and what's the counterplay to sidesteps, right? So I see a lot of people, they'll be up here and then they try to sidestep after that and they get hit. And they're like, oh my god, the sidesteps is trash. Why I can't sidestep?
It's almost time.
Oh my gosh, why I can't sidestep? And the reason why you can't sidestep is because you're getting hit by a move that track sidesteps, right? That's the reason why you can't sidestep. In this game, there are horizontal slashing moves that track sidesteps, a la like Soul Calibur or Tekken. And for example, I'm gonna show you a video I made 6 years ago on Soul Calibur. I'm gonna show you a little clip for it, explaining how you deal with certain attacks and sidesteps in that game. The only thing about horizontal attacks is that you can't step horizontal attacks. As you try to see how the dummy set up to sidestep during my string, and you cannot step horizontal attacks. Horizontal attacks will hit, but there are some exceptions, but 9 times out of 10 horizontal attacks will hit sidesteppers. So yeah, for the most part, so you just seen that clip, right? So yeah, and it's the same thing like that in Tekken. Tekken has like linear attacks, and then Tekken has horizontal type attacks, but they're not called horizontal type attacks in Tekken. They're called tracking moves, and these moves are moves that move from a horizontal space, and they normally track people that are sidestepping. And in Soul Calibur, horizontal attacks track sidestepping. So this is the same case in this game, right? Horizontal attacks track sidestepping, right? And a lot of times, everybody quick attack is horizontal. So if you're trying to sidestep from up close, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna happen, right? There are some characters who has straight linear quick attacks like Yorichi, so you will be able to sidestep her. But characters with horizontal quick attacks, which is almost the whole entire cast, will not be able to, right? So that's the thing that the game doesn't explain to you, that horizontal attacks will hit out a sidestep, right? So they needed to do a better job in this tutorial with doing that. So that's why a whole bunch of people are coming into this game thinking, okay, I play Sparking Zero. Oh, after I do something, oh, I can sidestep. Nope, you cannot do that in this game. That's not how you're supposed to use the sidestep in this game. The sidestep is supposed to be used for against linear moves. Moves that are linear, right? So let me give you an example. Hitsugai's flash attack is a linear move. It's vertical. He just attacks straight down, right? It's vertical, right? So if you put your Hitsugai in a situation, right? So let's say like this. So you know that Hitsugaya is going to attack you, right? After this. You can backdash out the way, right? You can backdash out the way. You can do 2 backdash. I don't think he can do 3 in backdash. He's going to get hit. But if you do 2, you can backdash. If you do 1, you can backdash out the way, right? So now, if the Hitsugaya player wants to avoid that situation, he has 2 options. He could chase my backdash down. That's one counterplay option. Or he could do a slower move that reaches out to me after that backdash. And in this case, that would be his flash attack, right? So flash attack hits me. See, you can't backdash me. Not at all. But since this move is vertical, right, and it doesn't cover a horizontal space, guess what I could do? Sidestep. I can punish. Alright? So, sidesteps in this game are more of a read than just you just doing it, just to do it. Like in Sparking Zero, if I want to give an example, Sparking Zero, you could kind of just do it just to do it, and there is no type of moves really in Sparking Zero that track sidesteps. Sometimes there are, so that's why some people did a double sidestep in Sparking Zero. But for the most part, they didn't have that type of property in that game where there's a move specifically to track sidesteps, right? But in this game, they do have a move specifically to track sidesteps, right? That is your horizontal attack. Attacks like this. You can even see like the trail. You see, and it reminds me like Tekken, right? You see the trail that's going horizontally. That's how you know that a move is going to be a sidestep, right? And this is vertical, so it's not. And I wish the game would have explained it more, right? But for me, I understand because I play fighting games. I play Tekken, I play Soul Calibur, I play like almost every single fighting game known to man. Almost every single fighting game, right? So, and I play almost all of them at a high level. Not a pro level, but a high level. So I understand the concept. So me just labbing stuff out, I could figure this out easy, like in the first day. Now for other people, I understand that's not the case. But in this game, you cannot sidestepping up close. It's not something you want to do unless the person is doing a move that is vertical. Now this comes with matchup knowledge, right? This comes with learning the game, playing characters, learning matchups, seeing what move goes in a straight line and seeing what move doesn't go in a straight line. All right, let's see if I can find something else. Okay, so Hitsugaya has a straight line attack that you could just easily sidestep. Sidesteps is more like up close. You don't really want to use sidesteps unless you have like a good read on your opponent, right? But if you don't have a read on your opponent, you don't want to use your sidestep. Because again, a lot of attacks from up close hit horizontally. Hitsugaya's flash attack doesn't hit horizontally, but there's a lot of other characters' flash attacks that hit horizontally. So it's just really character dependent, right? But now, when we in this range, it's easy to sidestep, right? We know Hitsugaya tools, right? We know that he has a projectile that goes in a straight line. So once we see that, you just sidestep. You just sidestep. Alright? This is what the sidestep button is for, right? When you're all the way out here and you're facing against a zoner and you're trying to slowly make your way in, because dashing is not really good because you're going to get hit out. So you slowly making your way in, you see that your opponent does something that's linear, you sidestep out the way. Get back. You walk them down a little bit more, you do something linear, sidestep out the way, and then now you're in. Alright? So sidestep. sidestep. This is the purpose of a sidestep, right? You want to sidestep stuff around this range that are linear. And there's a lot of moves that are linear that hits from this range. Soy Form special flash attack, Rimjaw special flash attack, Ichigo special flash, Bankai Ichigo special flash attack. Like a lot of characters has a lot on Shunsui special flash attack. There's a lot of characters that has, when it comes to special flash attacks, are linear, right? And that's the counterplay for it, the sidestep. You don't want to sit here and block it, because now, even if you do block it, a lot of times those moves are safe, and then now they put you into like a little mind game mix-up of, are they going to throw you? Are they going to try to attack you after that? Are they going to backdash? Are they going to perfect flash step if you try to attack and retaliate? It's a whole bunch of mind games and mix-ups when it comes to that. But, so to avoid that, is that if you know they're about to do this from out there, you wait, you see it, sidestep to the side, and you punish. Simple and easy. That's how you're supposed to use sidesteps in the game. You're not supposed to use sidesteps from up close. Alright? Now, if you have a good read on your opponent, you could use the sidestep for up close. Like if the first interaction you had your opponent, and like I showed earlier, first interaction, he attacks directly after, and he misses, and then he reads that, and now your next interaction, he reads that you're backdashing, and then he does a flash attack to beat your backdash. Your next interaction, well, you have a couple counterplays actually. Your next you could do something like this and beat them out because the flash attack is way too slow. So that's one counter play, and that's another thing why this game is a traditional fighting game, because there's so much different counter plays, right? You could just block. You could go for a breaker because the flash attack is too slow and it won't beat out my breaker. You could just attack again to beat them out, or you could just sidestep and beat them out. Alright? So it's a whole bunch of counterplay, right? And that's why I say the game has a lot of depth to it. Now, when it comes to combos and when you actually get a hit and stuff like that, that's not where the depth comes from in this game. What I'm noticing that the game, I already know this, right? The game is very neutral based playing it. So I feel like that's why they ain't put long combos in the game, but only certain characters get long combos. Because for the most part, they want you to do something quick. They want you to do something quick, knock your opponent down, put them in an Oki situation, right? And then rinse and repeat. Y'all, because you notice in this game, y'all always in situations where y'all around here. After you get a little hit off, you knock them away, then you have to fight your way back in. Or your opponent has to fight their way back in, and so on and so forth. So it's always, the game is designed to always put you back into a neutral situation. It's not designed for there to be super constant pressure all the time and you can't do nothing. Like, there's pressure, but you gotta be smart about it. You gotta stagger, you gotta keep yourself safe, you gotta stagger and stuff like that. So there's pressure in those type of ways, right? But it's not a super rush down heavy game and then your sidestep is supposed to get you out of all situations. No, it's not like that at all. This is a neutral based 3D fighting game where you have to move your movement, and even though movement is pretty slow, but the more I played the game, and maybe it's just because of the characters that I'm playing against, it's not super cheap, anything like that, but the more I play the game is the more I realize, like, okay, I understand the game design. Even though some things I don't like, I still think movement needs to be a little bit faster, but now I understand, like, okay, when I'm in this range right here, this move can hit, right? And I could chain it back to my light to keep me safe. And I got tremendous range here, right? So if he tries to do anything, his light attack won't catch me, right? And this is where the real fighting game elements come in this game, right? If I'm around this range, right, I can back up, move out the way, do whatever, right? So now he's forced to try to extend with a move that's going to reach me, and then I can just easily beat him out, right? So this is where all the counterplay and stuff like that. So the game is really deep when it comes to how you play defensively, and this is why I really love the game, because it reminds me, and I don't want people killing me in the comic section, but the game reminds me of a mini Tekken, for real. It reminds me like a lower quality Tekken, because obviously Tekken has, every character has hundreds of moves, and the moveset is so big, and it's combos, so on and so forth. But it reminds me of Tekken strictly when it comes to the how you play defense, and the mind games around defense, and the mind games around applying your offense with stagger pressure and so on and so forth, right? That's where it reminds me of Tekken, because there's multiple counters to a lot of stuff in this game, just like how it is in Tekken. There's multiple ways to deal with a lot of stuff in that game, right? So when it comes to the defensive side of this game, I feel like it reminds me a lot like Tekken, and that's why I love to play this game. It's a really fun game. It's really fun. It has its problems. There's a lot of glitches, it's infinites, and people online is abused and stuff like that. I don't know why you buy a game to do an infinite. How fun is that? You're not good if you do that. That's not loving up your game. So when the game actually comes out, and the game's out, but when the game actually get patched and they take all that stuff out, what are you gonna do? See, this is where the arena fighter aspect of those players come in, right? And they're gonna be hard stuck, and they're not gonna get better at this game, because when that gets patched, y'all done. What are y'all gonna do? Y'all don't know how to play neutral. Y'all don't know how to set up y'all Oki situations. Y'all don't know how to play defense. Y'all don't know how to break grabs. All y'all do is just grab. Y'all don't know how to apply offense. Y'all don't know how to stagger pressure. Y'all don't know how to like bait stuff out. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all just know the cheap stuff. And then when the cheap stuff gets removed, y'all gonna drop the game. Because when the really good players is beating your ass, y'all not gonna know what to do. So I recommend everybody really go in the lab and pay attention, right? Go in the lab stuff out, pay attention, because this game is a big knowledge check, right? Because again, not every character has horizontal quick attacks, and I'm gonna showcase that. All right, so here's an example with Yoriichi, right? So, and again, this is going to be character dependent, and every way you approach it. If you want to try to do like a sidestep bait, a lot of times you could do a sidestep bait against certain characters if you know they moveset and so on and so forth. But again, it's character dependent, right? Because with Yoriichi, both her quick attack and her flash attack is very linear. So you would think you'll be able to sidestep bait her because she doesn't have quick attacks that has horizontal, right? But I guess with her property is that you do 2 hits. Well, let me showcase this. You go to a quick attack and you do 2 hits to try sidestep. And actually, you don't have a frame advantage to sidestep compared to something like Hitsugaya, right? But if you do 1 hit, you're able to sidestep. So it gives you enough pushback to sidestep. And you can punish, right? But then now, if you go into flash attack, you can do 2 hits and sidestep. You can do 3 hits and sidestep, 1 and sidestep. So again, is character dependent, and I'll show one more example. All right, so here's one more example with Zaraki, right? So Zaraki on quick attack is vertical. It's not horizontal at all. So you just have to lab the situation to see how you can sidestep it, right? From up close. So again, it's character knowledge, right? When you're facing against a Zaraki and you're up close, you know that, okay, after certain things, I can sidestep, right? I have another option instead of just backdashing. After certain things from up close, and if I see you try to retaliate with a quick attack, I can sidestep it. Now, can I sidestep it for 3 hits? No, the frame advantage doesn't. I'm in too much of a disadvantage frame-wise, even though I am safe. But I'm at a disadvantage frame-wise that my sidestep gets hit out of a startup, right? Can I do it for one hit? He kind of catches me. So Yoriichi, I could do one hit. I can't with him. Maybe if I go to the right. Nope, it catches me both ways, right? But if I do two, for whatever reason, I could sidestep him both ways. And then I could punish him there. Do a combo. And then, yeah. So, it's all matchup and character dependent. You're not going to sidestep the same way you do against every character. Some characters you're not going to really use your sidestep at all when it comes to defensive wise. Some characters you could use your sidestep, right? And I guess I'm showing you everything I basically showed you is more like of an offensive sidestep when you're applying pressure and you want to take your turn back. That's pretty much everything I'm showing you. And look, even right now, it's like with the Gasuga aura up, I can't sidestep. Let me get rid of it. But I can sidestep. Why is that the case? I don't know. But this is all little nuances and things that you have to lab to figure it out. Now, again, if I go to flash attack, he swings horizontal. So you already know. I'm not. Oh, but he swings horizontal to one side. So this is where it gets crazy. It's like Tekken-like, where you have to sidestep to certain sides. If I go this way, oh no, he catches him. Oh, so I guess the move is just too slow in general that I could sidestep both ways. If it was a quicker move, then it'd be a different story. But since the move is too slow in general, I'm able to avoid it. So again, it's character dependent. Matchup knowledge. You have to play the game and lab it out to learn the characters, right? And these are things that you would do more in a traditional fighting game than you would do in Arena Fighter. In Arena Fighter, you could kind of just pick up and play. I mean, there's some characters, this is for Arena Fighters where you have to learn the matchup and so on and so forth. But the little nuances like this, they don't have stuff like that in those Arena Fighter games. But traditional fighters do. So, one more thing, another sidestepping thing I like to do, right, is when I'm approaching my opponent, right, and I'll show clips of this, right, but when you're approaching your opponent, there's going to be times when, let's just say you overrunning your opponent now, right, and you just dashing in, you're from this range, you want to get in. There's times where you want to stuff your opponent out, right, so you're going to throw a button out there as you see them approaching you, and this is like a keep out quick attack. This is why in Tekken, this would be called a keep out jab. In this game, you could call that like a keep out jab, or you could just call it keep out quick attack. But you're gonna use those in the situations when the opponents is approaching you, right? And I know a lot of people get hit out of situations like that, right? So once you realize that you're getting hit out of that situation, something that you could do is sidestep and go. If your character has a quicker a dash attack out the sidestep, do it. It catches people a lot. That's not what I'm trying to sidestep. Damn. And as soon as I'm rushing, he's gonna do that. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, it worked. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Whatever. But that's what I'm trying to do. You see, like, he keeps trying to attack me out of that. So that's what I'm trying to do to sidestep. See? He's getting caught by that. But I'm telling you, if you notice that you're getting hit out of whatever approach you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to run in and grab, run in and start your offense, but your opponent is like doing a keep out quick attack, stop short, let him whiff the attack. Let me show a better example. You good. Stop short, sidestep, let him whip the attack, and punish him. But yeah, folks, that's pretty much the end of the road of the video. This has been a Bleach Rebirth for Souls misconceptions about sidesteps video, and hopefully you was able to learn something in the video to help you level up your game. And if you did learn something new in the video, please smash the like button. I really appreciate it. Share the video and get it out there, because again, the state of this game depends on us. It depends on the player base. And if you're a Bleach fan and you're a fighting game fan, or you could just be a Bleach fan in general, right? But you want the game to survive and thrive, or if you just want to get better at the game, the videos like this is very important. So please share, get it out there. But anyways, I hope all of you have a nice day. God bless. Peace.